good evening and welcome to this Sports Showcase event on Harford TV. I'm Don Morrison. Tonight we're at C. Milton Wright High School. It's an early season matchup between two undefeated teams. The visiting Joppatowne Mariners are coming at 3-0 versus the homestanding C. Milton Wright Mustangs at 2-0. Bob McCone, my partner tonight, there are so many angles that we could talk about. I want to talk first of all about John Stefanidis, the coach for Joppatowne. Been there now for 3 years, but he coached here for 11 years. He won a state title here, 4 region titles. You've been a coach and you've traveled around. How would you feel coming into the gym where you made the most of your reputation?
You know, it's an interesting question. In one part, I'd like to know why he left in the first place, but my understanding is he teaches at Joppatowne and was teaching at Joppatowne at the time and came over here to coach. And then the athletic director's job opened up at Joppatowne, and he applied for the athletic director's job, but in order to get that, they said he had to move to Joppatowne and coach at Joppatowne, so he had to give up the C. Milton Wright job. So in those circumstances, I think it's nostalgic for him to be here and see all the stuff on the wall. And it's very excitable for him.
Well, you know, here's a man who has a record of 215 and 51, 151. Just a tremendous record as a coach. He has the all-time record for wins at C. Milton Wright High School. And, of course, he's taken Joppatowne now back up to the Chesapeake Division this year. So, you know, he's had success wherever he's gone. And then switching gears, Gary Neal, the coach for the C. Milton Wright Mustangs, first year, but he's a name that we know a lot about.
Well, I know Gary well because Gary was a student at Aberdeen High School and a basketball player there when I had stopped coaching at Aberdeen and had gone on to Johns Hopkins. Gary was a sophomore at the time, and his big claim to fame at that time was Aberdeen won a state championship that year, and he hit the winning shot to win the game at the buzzer. Great shooter. And go ahead, tell me where he went on and what he did after that.
He went on to Calvert Hall from Aberdeen and then went to LaSalle and also went to Towson. Got drafted into the NBA. 7 years he played in the NBA. The job opened up at C. Milton Wright this year, and so he applied, got the job, and so now we're honored to have Gary Neal as a coach in Harford County. What a matchup between these two coaches.
He was a good young man when he was in high school, and he's a good man now.
Joppatowne coming in with a 3-0 record, C. Milton Wright at 2-0, so we have undefeated teams in an early season matchup. Bob, I'm really excited about this. You look at the Joppatowne scores, they're in the 70s and into the 80s in the games they played. Meantime, C. Milton Wright, their scores have been more in the 60s. They played similar opposition, not great opposition, either one. So tonight will be a test for both of them.
It's going to be a little interesting. I think the numbers that you're giving are accurate in the fact that Gary, he coached at Calvert Hall for the last couple of years, and I actually saw his teams play a bit last year. They pushed the basketball, and they're at C. Milton. He's going to want to push the basketball here also. So, understanding that his team should score up in the 70s, and Coach Stefanidis, he wants to push the ball too, but he also understands that he doesn't have the years of experience on his team that Gary has on his team. So he controls them a little bit, and that'll take the scores down a bit.
Two teams that played well last year. The Joppatowne Mariners were down in the Susquehanna division. That's the lower division in the Yuckback. They were 16-8. Meantime, C. Milton Wright had a record last year of 19-4. They won the regions, lost in the state semifinals to Largo. So teams that have experience coming back from those great years. It's a new year. This is a key matchup. The winner tonight sort of has bragging rights and maybe has an early season edge on the team that's going to be dominant.
All right, here comes the starters.
They're announcing the Joppatowne starters first. Number 2 is Anthony Council. Anthony is a junior. D'Artagnan Blakeney, the junior, number 3.
Starting guard, senior number 4, Phil Clark.
Phil Clark is a senior guard. Meeting him.
Starting center, senior number 12, Braxton Jackson.
Braxton Jackson is a senior center. Notice that you've got 3 seniors and 2 juniors. Actually 2 juniors and 3 juniors and 2 seniors. That's number 22, Kishan Smith, the junior guard.
The Mariners are led by head
Bob, they have really balanced scoring. They're all scoring in double digits. The only one not are Payne and Blakeney. He's averaging 9.7 points per game. So they've got firepower coming from many different directions.
Yeah, this is going to be, I think, going to be a very, very good game, especially to watch.
Wright Mustangs.
Coach Stefanidis talked about what a home court advantage this is. One of the loudest gyms that we play in, that we have a chance to broadcast in. Here comes the starting lineup now for C. Milton Wright. Jordan Franklin, the junior number 2 point guard.
Senior number 10,
Kyle Ashman, senior power forward.
Starting guard, senior number 11, Jordan Ross.
Jordan Ross is a senior.
Starting forward, senior number 14, Noah Clark.
There's Noah Clark, the senior, number 14. And now number 33 being introduced is Dylan Sander. Dylan is the Harford County Basketball Player of the Year last year, Bob, back here as a senior.
Is he the lacrosse player?
He is that, yeah. Lacrosse goalie who's going to be playing lacrosse in college next year. Now to honor our country, here is our national anthem. All set now for what, again, promises to be, Bob, a great entertaining basketball game between two teams that really, as you said, like up-tempo. They like to push the ball. They like to play pressure defense. So if you like that kind of basketball, I think you're in for a treat tonight.
All I can say is let's hurry up and start. This game is going to be really good.
Let's get it on. As we said, the Mariners coming in at 3-0. They have had wins so far, have the Mariners against Eastern Tech. They beat Bel Air, and they defeated North Harford, all by comfortable margins. Although they were behind at halftime against North Harford, came back and won it by 17.
Two really good coaches
Yep.
in this game. So Coach Stefanidis has brought Joppatowne back up to where they used to be, and Coach Neal is just continuing C. Milton Wright in the way that they have been. So it's I just really can't wait.
Dylan Sander, number 33 in the white, getting ready to jump for the C. Milton Wright Mustangs. He'll be jumping against number 22, Kishan Smith. Smith will graduate, Bob, this year with an AA degree out of high school when he graduates in June. That's pretty good.
That's amazing.
I was lucky to get out of high school. They got me out. I think they got me out because they wanted me out, I believe.
I think once they asked me to leave high school. So
Get ready now to get underway. The jumping center here to begin this ball game. Getting the ball is Sander, gets it back out, and here come the Mustangs of C. Milton Wright. Bob, we have a new number in the ball game, number 5, that we didn't get as a starter. Driving, gives it up, shooting from the foul line. That's Ashman. Don't have a 5 on my C. Milton Wright roster. We'll try to find out that name for you. Looks like they've switched jerseys maybe. I'm assuming it's Jordan Franklin, but I don't know. Ashman, inside it goes to Sander, up, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2. Dylan Sander, the 6'6" senior, averaging 18.5 points per ball game and 16 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4.5 blocks. He'll go to the line shooting 2. We mentioned Sander is the returning player of the year in Harford County, the Yuckback last year. Lacrosse goalie, soccer player as well. Played soccer goalie on the state championship Mustang soccer team. First team All-Metro in basketball last year. Harford County Basketball Player of the Year, 4.0 GPA. Headed to Mount St. Mary's to play Division I lacrosse next year. Makes them both. Early lead for the Mustangs. Just underway from C. Milton Wright High School. Looking for the 3. Ball bounces high. Sander with the rebound. Up high to pull it down. Anthony Council a little bit off on that 3-pointer. It looks like it's a scrambling man-to-man defense. Taking the ball away. That is Smith. Smith driving. Passes it. Intercepted by C. Milton Wright's Noah Clark. Driving. Big block from behind. Great job by Keyshawn Smith. Let the man go by and then block the ball on the way to the basket. Council with the basketball. It looks like both teams playing a man-to-man at this point. Driving one-hander. Foul is recorded. That was by D'Artagnan Blakeney driving through. Blakeney averaging 13 points a ball game, also a volleyball player. Check it, Blakeney is the 9.7 points per ball game scorer, 4.7 rebounds, 3 steals. Plays football and track when he's not on the basketball court. Chance to tie the game. Misses the first. Misses the second. Sander pulls down the rebound. Minute and a half into the ball game. Good overplay by Joppatowne. Almost losing the ball. Sander recovers it. Driving, spinning, shooting. And the travel is called. Referees tonight, Jeff Rawls, Linwood Floyd, and Jeff Schultz. 3-man crew, Bob. You always liked having 3 referees, right?
Yeah.
Give you more people to yell at, huh? Here we go.
Yeah.
Joppatowne looking to tie.
It just meant 5 extra calls were made during the game because they got paid by the call.
That's a good pickup on that travel. Braxton Jackson didn't put the ball down, moved his feet.
That's a great basketball name, Braxton Jackson.
I like it. See, the officials are going over to the scorer's table.
Get the feeling there was a problem with the clock.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, yeah, the 30-second clock's only at 29.
And, of course, I guess it's, 5 years now the boys have been playing with the shot clock. They didn't have it back in the days when you were coaching.
No, I really like it. I didn't at the time.
Nice
I was
shot.
wrong.
That's Jordan Ross. Ross with a 3-pointer. It's a 5-0 lead for C. Milton Wright. Oh, great pass. Good block from behind by Sander. Gets the rebound, passes it forward, and a great block by Smith. Keyshawn Smith blocking it, returning the favor from Sander.
That's his job, to protect the rim, and he just did.
11 rebounds a game. Talking about Keyshawn Smith.
He got away with one there.
Corner jumper, no good. But from the elbow, covered by Jordan Ross. Ross with the basketball, gives it to Sander. Sander has it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs. 5:21 left in the first. All the points belong to the Mustangs.
Yeah, Joppatowne's been a little slow at the offensive end here. The defensive end, they've both been working hard, but
Rebound by Anthony Council. Council, the point guard.
you know, sometimes that first basket opens up the floodgates for a team.
Council doesn't get it to fall. Good job not traveling that time. Kyle Ashman went down, passed the ball before he rolled over.
Experienced player.
Yep. Foul's going to be called on the floor. Jeff Rawls with the call.
Dylan Snyder has some athleticism, Don. I imagine he is really a good goalie.
Yeah, soccer and lacrosse.
Yeah, what size, you know, for the goalie?
I think the call is going to be traveling. Sandra had the ball go off his leg. Trying to recover it was Kyle Ashman, but Ashman not able to corral it. So the ball goes to Joppatowne looking for their first point. We're just about halfway through the first period. Council. Recovered. Nice play by 14 Noah Clark. Sander almost travels, gets it outside, looking for three. Off the side of the rim, no good. Smith up forward, and the basket. Good job by Smith to get the ball up forward to Phil Clark. And Clark makes those first 2 points.
Nice rebound and outlet pass by Keshawn Smith.
Sure was. Reminds you of Wesley Unseld. Remember Wesley with the old Baltimore Bullets back in the day?
Yeah, I know. I actually knew Wes well. I coached his son at Johns Hopkins for 4 years. And
what a great
man. He was a really good man.
We lost him much too soon.
His son Wes is just like his father too. Just a great, great young man. Well,
Sean Lauderdale.
He's no longer young, but
young to us, Bob.
Yeah.
20 Sean Lauderdale in the game. Into Sander.
Ooh.
Good job
nice
by
defense.
Smith. Getting those hands in the way. Smith driving. And
that's
they're going to call a block.
That's a good call.
Smith
really
with the
is.
basket. Why is it a good call, Bob?
It's a good call because he didn't get in position quick enough to be there to.
And Keyshawn Smith just took advantage, went right to the bucket, got the basket. Now a chance to tie it.
And he wasn't square. He didn't get hit square. It was just a bump side to side.
We're tied at 5. C. Milton had the first 5 points, and now Joppatowne has come back and scored 5 of their own.
So I said sometimes you open that first basket and a floodgate comes.
Lauderdale. Sander gets the recovery. Nice pass to Ashman, and Ashman gets the points. Boy, Sander has just done it all, Bob.
Yeah.
Defensively, passing the ball.
Well, you know, what do you think the player of the year is supposed to do, right?
And he did it again, making that interception. Ashman driving and scoring. Kyle Ashman, a senior.
That's the experience that Coach Neal has with this Mustang team. You know, he's got the player of the year. He's got Ashman, who's a very good player, very good going to the baskets.
It's going to be a backcourt.
No, it's not.
Not because somebody touched it?
He touched it, yeah.
Okay.
The guy defending him touched it.
Oh, great pass, great conversion. Pass by Council, hits Smith. Smith with a point. He's got 5. His team back within 2 at 9-7. Sander pops, rolls around, won't fall. Rebound comes to Council.
Joppatowne's doing a nice job now of blocking out.
Council's
glass.
Council's got like 3 rebounds and probably the smallest man on the floor. Smith driving. Sander cuts him off. Shoots the jumper short. Rebound comes to Lauderdale. Back out front it comes. Missing on the 3. Rebound comes to Smith. Coming up on the 2-minute mark.
That's an early shot. Sometimes you don't need to take that early shot. You'll get that again.
Driving one-hander, no good. Sander tips the ball over to Lauderdale.
It's a 3-on-2, 3-on.
The old European step. Nope, they're going to say it's a charge. little
The
bit
difference
out of
is
control.
with that one, when he stepped across with that European step, he hit him across the front of the chest. Or with the other one, it was hip to hip, and they won't give the defender a defensive position if it's hip to hip, but they will if it's square across the chest.
I think we said Lauderdale, that's really Jordan Ross who had that charge. In the ball game now for Joppatowne is 24, Kamari Matthews.
Pressure from C. Milton now, and man pressure at full court.
Quinshawn Pritchett in the ball game, also number 21, with the ball. Smith, cross-court pass, open. Council almost loses it.
Push.
That was Gary Neal, the new coach at C. Milton Wright, making that catch of his player before he went out of bounds. Henry Buys in the ball game, number 25, sitting down number 11, Jordan Ross. 1:48 left in the first. It's a 2-point lead for the Mustangs. They led 5-0. We were tied at 5. I'm going to say a shooting foul.
The 1-and-1
is now a 2-shot foul. They've done away with the 1-and-1.
So now we're at, and it happens on the 5th foul in the.
So now they're saying no. I think it's on the 7th foul, Bob.
Well, it was before.
On the 1-and-1, yeah.
But
it's a new rule that just was instituted last year in high school, but they've done away with the 1-and-1 free throw. Goes directly to a 2-shot foul. 30-second clock, down to about 15 left to shoot. Council puts it up, in and out, no. Rebound, strong rebound by Lauderdale. Driving one-hander, does not fall. Rebound no good. Taken away by Phil Clark. Here come the Mariners. Smith, great pass. Gets the ball back, tied up. Will be a jump ball situation.
Yeah, the big man had the ball down below his waist, which means the guards can get right in there and grab, and they did. And
good news is possession arrow favors Joppatowne, so they retain possession. 1:10 left in the first. Out near the top. Quincy Pritchard with the ball. Council, stutter steps, puts it up. Good! Council with the stop and pop.
Gary Neal took Jaden Nicholas out. He has 2 fouls at this point and couldn't take a chance on getting the 3rd in this quarter.
Ashman fouled at the line.
Or in this period, rather.
Joppatowne takes their first lead at 10-9. Ashman will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. First foul on Smith. Impressed with Keyshawn Smith. He just really has played a great game for Joppatowne so far. His opposite number, Dylan Sander, also. So the 2 stars of the game coming up big.
Yeah, he plays a sort of smooth game. You know, he doesn't look like he's crushing anything, but when you look and you start looking at the statistics, he's involved in this, he's involved in that, that's something else.
20.7 points per ball game we're talking about Keyshawn Smith. Ashman looking for the second one, rolls around and falls in. That's called a home court rim, huh?
Absolutely.
Tie game at 10. We were tied at 5, now we're tied at 10.
He was on the rim there.
He was. Pass up, Ashman, cut off, gets to the basket and makes it. Kyle Ashman. Ashman now has 7 points here, 7 of his team's 12. Smith driving, reverse layup, he's fouled. Boy, how smooth he is, Bob. He can use that rim to help protect his shot.
Yeah, except he went a little further past it than he needed to be. If you're going to do that, you really want to bring your wrist up right by the rim so the defender will hit the rim while he goes up. But he got fouled, which, you know, they called, and
short on the first free throw. 17.5 seconds left here.
Now Dylan Snyder has 2 fouls. we're right in the, still the first quarter here.
That's bad news for the Mustangs.
Yeah.
Makes the second. Smith is going to be called for the foul. Good job by Ashman. Instead of going up with the basketball, kind of faked and stayed down.
Yeah. Coach Neal's leaving Snyder in the ball game, so unless he's thinking about, there he goes, he's going to get him now.
Yeah. 10.5 seconds left in this period. Last thing you want to do is pick up a third foul.
That is for sure.
Ashman.
Plus you're going to the defensive end, so.
Sitting down is Smith.
Both big men are out now.
Jalen Thompson, number 1 in for Joppatowne. Ashman with 8. Misses the second. Rebound taken down by Phil Clark. Pause, shoots, makes it. 3-point shot, good at the buzzer. That's Kushan Pritchett. Pritchett with a shot that puts his team ahead 14-13 at the end of the first period.
Well,
big shot.
It's been interesting, Don.
As we said it would be, we were hoping to have a close game, and that's exactly what we've had.
It was like, the beginning of the period, they're just feeling each other out. See Milton Wright goes up by 5, and then all of a sudden, Joppatowne gets that first basket, and then they go off on a run. And it's been close the whole time since then.
Well, Smith with 6 points for Joppatowne, and with 8, Kyle Ashman. Dylan Sander has just the 2 points and the 2 fouls. If you were Coach Neal, would you put him back in with 2 fouls in the first period?
Well, we'd have a talk right now about what he can do and what he can't do, because you sure don't want him to pick up the third foul. But you don't want him to sit the whole period either, because this is a tough call, Don. I'd probably sit him on the bench right now and let him and let's see how the game goes for 2 to 3 minutes.
He's reported in the scorer's table, so it looks like he's going to come in.
And I'm sure he's been told, I don't care what you do, you do not foul. Let the guy score rather than you foul, because you're more important than us than the 2 points.
We're talking about Dylan Sander, the Uckback Player of the Year last year. Number 33 for C. Milton Wright with those 2 fouls. Averaging 18.5 points a game and 16 rebounds in the first 3 games of the year so far. Noah Clark to trigger it in. Gets it into Jordan Ross, and we're underway in the second period. A 1-point lead for Joppatowne. Sander, little short jumper, makes the shot, and he's fouled.
Now you know why he plays him.
So Sander now with 4 points, a chance to make the old-fashioned 3-point play. That foul was on Smith, and that's his second.
And now you have to remind him. You have to keep reminding him. Calm down, do not foul, no matter what.
Both big men have 2 fouls, both Smith for Joppatowne and Sander for C. Milton. Off the front of the rim, no good. Almost taken away. Rebound was by Braxton Jackson. Mustangs up by 1.
Just weaving the ball around up top. Here he goes, going downhill to the basket.
Sander with the rebound.
Had the shot blocked.
D'Artagnan and Blakeney with that shot. Great pass, can't convert. Good pass by Sander. I know that hurts, huh?
It does hurt. Anytime you make a pass that should be an assist, when you don't get an assist, it hurts.
The ball tipped out to Joppatowne. The Mariners took that sort of ill-advised shot, but they got the ball back. Little short 2-pointer.
Yeah.
Made by D'Artagnan and Blakeney.
It's a good-looking shot.
Up by 1 now. They've traded leads here. 1-point leads between Joppatowne and C. Milton. Almost taken away.
Ooh. He's lucky that one didn't get stolen, because the defender had a better angle on that pass than his teammate.
You could see Council said, I know where he's going to pass this ball. I'm going to be there and get it. Both teams playing their man-to-man defense. Pass inside. Sander gets rid of it. Great block by Smith. Not Smith, that was Braxton Jackson with the block. Looks like Jackson's going to be called with a foul.
It's a nice block.
Yeah, he
was
can't
inside
believe it.
hands.
I tell you, for a moment, I thought it was number 22, not number 12. The foul is called on Jackson. That's his second, too. Jackson, 6'7".
It's nice to see some size in the county.
Out front it comes. Mustangs have it taken away. Council slowing it up. Joppatowne with a 1-point lead. Shot clock down to 12. Shot clock at 5. Looks like he got bailed out. Foul called on Henry Bias, his first. Shot clock resets at 30. 5:50 left in the half.
No fouls.
Sander. Notice they put Sander on Phil Clark now.
I don't. Well, there was a switch on there. But I have to tell you, if Phil Clark should have taken him to the basket and see if he could get him to get his third foul on him.
Jay Nicholas called for the travel. Ball goes back to C. Milton Wright, trailing by 1. Jordan Ross, hawked by Anthony Council. Oh, nice block, nice takeaway. Out of bounds is the call. Phil Clark was able to take that ball out of Sanders' hand.
That was a nice play.
Was. Tried to save it, but they said he stepped on the line on the way out. Kamari Matthews, number 24 in the ball game for Joppatowne. Pass to Sander, driving. Can't get it to fall. Up high for the rebound is Council. Bob, what was the call? Travel?
He called a carry.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was the only one to see that in the place or.
Noah Clark. Long three-pointer off the back of the rim, no good. Clark with the rebound, gets the pass to Ashman, and Ashman converts. Ashman with 10 points, his team back up by 1. Kyle Ashman is the man right now with 10 points for C. Milton Wright.
Yeah,
10 of the 17.
He's been in very good position for a lot of things, and he's scored a number of his 10 points because of that.
Jeff Schultz noticed that the young man shuffled his feet before he put it down. Out of the ball game, replaced by Quincy Pritchett. Picked this dribble up too far out. Ashman driving and makes the shot. Ashman with 12 now. His team up by 3. That was quite a move, Bob.
It was. That was a tough shot, too.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark. Taken away by Sander. Back to Sander, and he gets the basket. Good give and go by Jordan Ross to Sander.
Now they're sharing the basketball. When you share the basketball, your team becomes an awfully good basketball team.
5-point lead for the Mustangs. Matches their biggest lead. They were up 5-0 at one point. Smith can't get it to fall. Ashman with the rebound. 2 big men, both playing with 2 fouls. Ashman banks it, can't get it to fall. Sander rebound, Sander basket. He's got 6 points this period, total of 8. His team up now by 7, their biggest lead of the night.
What I really like by both coaches is they've taken the 2 big men off of each other, and they've let their 4 men play the 5 men on the other team to protect them from the foul trouble.
Oh, nice interception by Council. Gets the pass off. Sander, be careful.
You notice he didn't try to block that shot.
Ball taken away by Ross. Looking for three. It's short. Ashman's going to be, let's see what the call. They're going to say no, a jump ball.
No.
That's what their call is. Possession goes to C. Milton Wright.
Should have been their ball anyway. Should have been the foul.
Timeout on the court. 3:06 left in the half, 23-16. It is a 7-point lead for the Mustangs. Bob, what's been the difference? How has C. Milton Wright taken over the game?
Well, I think part of the difference is that Braxton Jackson is sitting on the bench. And for C. Milton Wright, they've got Sanders out there playing, and he's staying under control. He hasn't committed a foul this period. So he's done well. Now I start to think about, do I want to get him out of here before he gets another opportunity to foul?
Yeah.
So I probably take him now for a minute or two, but
yeah, you've got a 7-point lead, so you've got a little cushion now.
Yeah, exactly.
3:06 left in the half, 23-16 the score. Kyle Ashman with 12 points. Dylan Sander now has 8 points, so they're the big men for C. Milton Wright. Meantime, for Joppatowne, it's Keyshawn Smith with 6. He got all 6 of those in the first period. Hasn't scored here in the second. Matter of fact, Joppatowne has scored just 2 points in the second period compared to 10 points for C. Milton Wright. So it's a 10-2 run in the second period.
Ashman has size too. He's not a small.
Yeah, he's 6'4".
Player. Yeah. I like to see him shoot a couple jump shots. I like to see how good his jump shot is.
His dad, Larry Ashman, the football coach here at C. Milton Wright. Brady Ashman graduated last year, so the Ashman family been very big here at C. Milton Wright. 2:51.
C. Milton Wright has had some athletes over the years.
Down to 10 seconds. Good give and go, and the basket good. That basket by Council.
Three defenders converged on the ball rather than one of them dropping into the lane and cutting off a pass.
Sander swings, gets it. Good play by Sander.
Well, see, they can't put Smith on him because Smith has the fouls that he has. So they're putting their second best big defender on him, and he's taking advantage.
With 8 points here in the second period, he now has 10 for the game. Does Sander, 25-18, back to that 7-point lead. Shot clock down to 7. Now 5, 3. Getting it off. Great basket by Council.
Well, he went downhill well.
Had about 1 second left on the shot clock.
Made that fake, went left-handed, and turned the corner on him, and it was over.
Sander. Good give by Ashman. Sander to Ashman. Ashman now has 14. Team up by 7 again.
Well, they share the ball.
They really do. Looking for each other. That's what you like about Sander. He's not only a scorer, but a passer, a rebounder, defender.
The thing I like about their team is that they're unselfish.
Looking for a 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Ball out of bounds. It's going to go to C. Milton Wright. 1:19 left, up by 7. Players in, that's Brody Kickhad, number 21. We think that's Jordan Franklin. We were given a number of 2. We'll try to check at halftime. Has the ball taken away. And the basket conversion by D'Artagnan Blakeney. He's got 4.
Smart, he didn't foul him. Sometimes guys get excited when they lose the ball like that and try to hack and knock the shot down and run into the guy. And
sort of compound your mistake. So it's a 5-point lead for the Mustangs. Bob, what we hoped we would see, and that is a very competitive game, a game of runs where C. Milton Wright got off to that 5-0 lead, got caught. Joppatowne went ahead by a couple of points. But C. Milton Wright has taken over with Kyle Ashman.
What I've seen so far, Don, is the experience of C. Milton Wright playing at a level last year that was better than the level Joppatowne played at last year. Joppatowne needs some more games like this so they can figure some things out better. They just lack a little experience now.
Taken away.
But they've got the athleticism, and
That's Blakeney. Blakeney with 6 points in this period pulls his team back to within 3.
ooh, he grabbed them.
Yeah, that's sort of
Official
like
was right on top of that.
a hold in football.
It was. Like the defensive end blowing by to tackle the quarterback, and he gets grabbed, and that's what that looked like.
New players coming in.
And one who hasn't gone out the whole period down, and I'm going to stop right there before I jinx the man.
Sander back in the game. That's Kilchenstein, number 12 in the game.
He hasn't played much, has he?
No, he hasn't.
He's a good player, right?
Smith gets the ball taken away. Smith driving, stops, fade away, short. Pick up by Ashman. Good job by Ashman to pick up the ball. Clark with the punch away. Where are you going? High there. Looking for Sander, unable to hit him. It's a 3-point lead. We're down to 18.5 seconds. So what had been a 7-point lead, now Joppatowne could tie with a 3.
All he had to do was bring the ball back out and run the play and run the clock down and get the last shot.
10 seconds left. 3-point shot, no good.
Push
Sander,
it, push it.
5 seconds, 4 seconds. Sander gives it up. Good if it goes. Off the rim and no good. So that is the first half. 27-24 the lead for the homestanding C. Milton Wright Mustangs. Bob, your thoughts?
We have a game.
We do.
It's going a little bit back and forth. The experience of C. Milton has shown when they got Smith off of Sanders started scoring well. Ashman has done a nice job on Smith, and he's really helped out as a four-man, and he's more of a guard than a four-man, but he's done an excellent job. And C. Milton has started to come back at times, and their athleticism has gotten them some points.
The Mustangs,
So-
you look at their scoring, they got 14 from Ashman and 10 from Sander. The only other points, the 3-point shot by Jordan Ross. They have that 27-24 lead. Meantime, Council, Blakeney, and Smith all have 6 for Joppatowne.
Yeah, a little more balanced. Like you said, Ashman and Sander, I mean, that's a bunch of their points. I mean, 3 guys have 24 of their 27 points.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with the second half. Don't go away. 27-24 the lead for C. Milton. We'll be back. Well, we're back with you at C. Milton Wright just before the beginning of the second half. Bob, you look at this score, 27-24. We're talking about Joppatowne having scored in the 80, high 70 range. If you multiply it out, we're talking about in the 50s.
Yes.
So a low-scoring game, not based on inefficiency offensively, but great defense on both teams.
Well, that's part of it. The second part of it is that the team they're playing, each team that they're playing tonight,
Yeah.
are probably better than the teams they played to get here. And so now there's some challenges and some things that they have to work on because the talent level has gone up.
Both teams undefeated. Joppatowne 3-0. C. Milton Wright at 2-0. Luckily for both teams, their stars, Smith for Joppatowne and Sander for C. Milton, had those 2 fouls early. Didn't pick up that 3rd foul.
That was great for them.
Sander driving.
Now here's the difference. Braxton Jackson's back in the ball game defending him now, and now you got a 6'7" guy on him instead of a 6'4" guy.
Yep. Joppatowne. Smith thinks about it, gets it back out front. Jackson with the ball, putting up the short jumper. Good. That's Jackson, Braxton Jackson, his first 2 of the night.
He could be the difference in this basketball game at some point.
1-point lead now. Almost losing the ball. Almost a 5-second call, too. Great pass, great conversion, and a block. Is that going to be a goaltend?
It is. It was.
On Braxton Jackson, and went up and took it off the side of the basket. They gave that point to whom? We'll check and find out. It does go to C. Milton Wright. They're now up by 3.
Whoa, accidental trip there, but still a trip.
And going down hard was Anthony Council. I think that was 14 Noah Clark who got credit for that point, Bob.
Okay.
So the foul goes.
I didn't see it, so I'll agree.
That foul goes against Sean Lauderdale, number 20. His first. Council to trigger it in. 3-point lead for the Mustangs. Smith driving. Doesn't get it to fall. Good job by Lauderdale.
Yeah, he tried to invent a shot rather than
Taken
just
away
shoot it.
by Council, and Council makes the basket.
And see, that's how Joppatowne's getting a lot of their points. Is they're getting deflections, they're getting steals, and then they're scoring off of fast breaks off of
Council with 8
steal.
points. Boy, Council played a good game both offensively and defensively. Ashman driving. Foul's going to be called against Jackson.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
There was a little bit of contact.
That was just body-to-body contact. There wasn't an advantage for either.
That's Jackson's third foul.
Yeah, and that's a big foul for a non-call.
He'll have to sit down.
Yeah.
Coming in to take his
So
place.
he played a minute and 20 seconds in this third period here.
So you go from 6'7" Jackson to 5'10" Jaden Nicholas. Ashman.
This is what made a difference in the first half.
Good overplay defense. But the foul is going to be called just into the ball game. Nicholas picks up the foul. Bob, as a coach, I know it's a little exasperating.
It's frustrating.
Do you overplay that far from the basket? Sander driving. Boy, he made a nice move.
He had him sealed. It was really a great seal, and then it just allowed him to step to the basket and score.
Back to the 3-point lead. It's now 12 points for Sander. The returning player of the year in the conference.
You know, there's certain officials that they just ought to take the peas out of the whistle.
Thinking about it, doesn't shoot it. Back to Council. Driving. Oh, nice move. Anthony Council now has 10 points.
Yeah, we'll see Milton Wright didn't seal the hole, and there they go again, trying to over-dribble. And
Blakeney misses. Rebound, though. That's a young man just in the ball game, Nicholas.
second man to the ball is the most important.
Now it's a 1-point lead for Joppatowne.
Look, there he is.
Lauderdale.
There he is. Oh, had Ashman in there. Hit him. Don't tell him to get out of there.
Now he's got the ball. Ashman can't get it to fall. Rebound by Sander. Won't fall. Council gets another rebound for Joppatowne.
Should have scored on that. Had him right where he wanted him.
1-point lead for the Mariners. They were down by 3 at half. Up, Council. Doesn't fall. Ashman. Smith gets the rebound and puts it in.
Nice move.
Ashman jumped just a little bit early. Ball came down, and now it's a 3-point lead for Joppatowne. They were 3 down at the half. They're 3 up now here in the beginning of the third period, just 3 minutes in. What's the difference, Bob? That pressure defense?
Yeah, it's the defense turning the basketball over. And see Milton Wright giving Joppatowne easy shots. And then then see Milton Wright had the ball in the low post with Ashman. You know, he should have finished that off. And he's a good player. I mean, he'd like to have that one back.
Oh yeah, his 14 points in the first period, first half, were one part of the difference in the game for C. Milton. But he would love to have had that one.
Well,
big run for Joppatowne. They've now scored, 4, 6, 8, 10 points, 10-4 here to start the third period.
in Ashman's case, there were certain people, if you threw the ball into them, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't score. In his case, it surprises me because he's a good player. I really like him.
Really impressed with Anthony Council, number 2 for Joppatowne, playing the point guard, but he's gotten, 5 or 6, maybe 7 rebounds?
Yeah, and steals and deflections. And their guards on defense, when they're pressuring full court and they're getting deflections and steals, have really been the difference in the past, I would say half of this quarter and the period in the period before this.
Joppatowne got that press. They want to speed up the Mustangs.
Well, they want them to.
There's the foul. Owen Smith. Oh, my.
That's not. Again, you don't need to be. When you have 2 fouls, you don't need to be over-aggressive.
That's his
at this
third.
point.
Now, will he stay in the ball game? John Stefanidis looks at him and says, hey. We don't want you to pick up that fourth. 5 minutes left here in the third period.
We're much better off with you on the floor, so let the kid catch the ball. Don't need the hack. And here's the pressure, Don. It's caused problems.
Ashman on Smith.
There you go.
And Smith could not do anything about it. Ashman realized that.
That's what I'm talking about. He's a good player. He can make that shot.
16 points now, and we're back to a 1-point lead for Joppatowne. Well, pass. Smith not able to convert. Sander gets it out to Lauderdale.
That was a well thought out play. He just didn't finish it.
Sander.
Nice.
Beautiful shot by Sander. Nice floating one-hander. That stop and pop, Bob. You don't see that much anymore, that short shot.
No, you have to have a nice touch, and he does.
1-point lead now for the Mustangs. Almost a shuffle the feet. Taken away. Nice interception on the move. And the basket. Good job by Noah Clark. And now it is a 3-point lead for C. Milton Wright.
It will be interesting to see how many turnovers led directly to points for each team.
On both sides, exactly. So you had Joppatowne spurting out to a 3-point lead, and now the Mustangs have scored the last 6 in a row. They're up by 3.
Yep.
Here's a replay you'll see on this interception. Good job at the hoop by Clark, is able to hesitate and put it up and in. Bob, it's been exactly what we as fans of the game hope for, and that is an exciting, well-played game. Both sides, taking turns at spurts.
And a good play by number 25.
Henry Bias,
because if the shot doesn't go in, he's the one who's standing there blocking out. He's going to get the rebound and put it back. So he was in perfect position. Not having anything to do with the play, he was in perfect position because he could have made the next play.
Good point, Bob. That shows the Mustangs the depth they have. That Bias is one of the last men off the bench, but he was right there for that play. Council being double teamed into the corner, gets it out. Shot clock down to 10. Open Council, short on the 3. Good rebound by Phil Clark.
I talked to Gary before the game, and he was singing the praises of Ryan Kilkenstein. Yes, he was saying what a great practice player he was, what a great person he was, good students.
Sander.
Team, everything was about the team.
All along, 3 is good by Jordan Ross. Whoa, what a big shot. That's his second 3 of the night. Up by 6 now.
Ooh.
Foul is going to be called. 2:50 left in the period.
He wasn't even close to fouling him. Yeah, Kilchenstein's 4'6", National Honor Society, plays golf. His team finished second in the state tournament in golf. He finished 15th, but just singing his praises.
And Bobby, it's the kind of guy that doesn't play a lot of minutes, but when he does play, he gives you it all. That's as a coach, that's what you're looking for.
He's the unsung hero at the end of the bench.
Nicholas misses them both. Sander with the rebound. Long pass. Ashman saves it.
There he is.
Good pass. Sander won't get it to fall, but he's fouled. Boy, Ashman looked for him, found him, hit Sander coming down the lane.
They really look and share the basketball.
The foul is going to go against Jaden Nicholas, and they have 4 fouls on Nicholas. He's a young man that came in to replace Blakeney. Sander, Bob, just does everything well.
Yes. He's a good athlete. I mean, you can see why he's a good goalie. I mean, his athleticism allows him to move. He's got size. He's got strength. He pays attention, he focuses, competes.
He's now got 16 points, has his team up by 8. That's the biggest lead of the night for either team. It was just a moment ago that Joppatowne was up by 3.
Moments pass fast.
They do. Council.
Oh. Smith set him a beautiful screen. All he had to do was stop and hit that jump shot.
Sander with the rebound. Great defense by Ross. Backcourt is going to be the call.
It's
Sander.
not a backcourt. It is not a backcourt. In order for it to be backcourt, his whole body has to go over half court, and the ball has to go over. And his whole body didn't go over, and the ball didn't go over.
Seemed to be the call.
I know what the call was.
Our opinion doesn't matter. Did you notice that? It's like being at home. Although I think they're calling it out of bounds maybe, and not
okay.
over and back.
All right, that I could say yes.
Booth is able to correct us there. So, Mr. Official, we apologize. Almost taken away. Smith can't get it to fall.
You think he was a little closer to the action than we are?
Rebound, Franklin.
Oh, there it goes again.
Taken away by Joppatowne. Pass a little bit behind
and again,
him, and out of bounds it goes.
We haven't had really a bunch of turnovers in this game, but each turnover that's led to a point has been crucial and critical.
Still an 8-point lead for the Mustangs. Ashman. Won't fall. That ball did everything but go in the basket.
Well, it would have been easier if he'd have put it off the glass instead of trying to get it over the rim.
Council.
Oh.
Buys on him. Takes a spill, but Joppatowne retains possession. Rebound by Franklin. Buys. He opened up for him. He went right to the basket, did Buys. He gets the 2 points.
That was an uncontested layup.
Yeah, it looked like the Red Sea parting as he went into the basket.
Man.
10-point lead now for the Mustangs. Timeout, Joppatowne. Wow. I mean, Bob, again, you go to the beginning of the third period, it looked like Joppatowne had it all together. They were up by 3 and moving. And now all of a sudden they're down by 10.
And which team played in the state semifinals last year? Or quarterfinals last year?
I believe it was the Mustangs.
Yeah, you could tell the experience is starting to come to the fore at the. And Joppatowne has the talent to by the end of the season, Joppatowne's going to be a really good basketball team.
And Bob, you mentioned about different levels. Last year, Joppatowne played in the Susquehanna division, which is the lower division of the UPBAC, whereas C. Milton was playing, against the big boys all season long.
And that, what do they say about iron does the iron?
Yep. I think it sharpens it, they say,
you
don't
think
they?
They sharpen it? Yeah, that's exactly what they say. And so, it's given C. Milton an advantage in this game tonight. On the other hand, Joppatowne has talent and they have an excellent coach. And as the season progresses, since they're playing with the big boys this year, they're going to start to get seasoned and sharpened. And at the end of the year, I'd love to see this game between the two teams.
Yeah. They will play one more time since they're both in the Chesapeake, so we'll just have to come and see that one. Inside a minute left in the third. Joppatowne needs a basket right here. Smith cut off. A good defense by the Mustangs. Sander reaching.
It's a nice drive. He just didn't finish it.
Sander with the rebound. That was Council. Just barely missed it. 30 seconds. The shot clock is still moving. Sander almost loses it. Comes up with it. Almost taken away by Smith.
There's about a 5 or 6 second difference. So
Milton Wright will be able to retain possession.
5.7 second difference.
Ross triggers it in to Ashman. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 15 on the game clock. Ashman driving, buys. Sander with the rebound. Wow, it's a 12-point advantage. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. All good if it goes. It will not. And it's a 12-point. My goodness, that would not have counted, but that would have been quite a shot.
It was too hard to go in. I don't care what.
John Simpson, the assistant principal here. We were laughing before the game. He was shooting a shot from half court, Bob, not straight at the basket, but over his head, over his shoulder backwards, and he made it.
Yeah.
I said we needed the cameras on. 46-34, a big, big spurt for the Mustangs.
Boy, you talk about something opening up, huh?
Yeah.
That run, that just, it seemed like the run was almost the whole period, the whole third period, third quarter, just boom.
Big 8 points by Sander. He's got 18. Ashman had 2 points in that period. He's got 16. 46-34. Score was 27-24 at the half. My math is correct. That's what, 10 points for Joppatowne and 19 for
You notice
Wright.
the one thing, Don, is C. Milton stopped turning the ball over, you know, with the Joppatowne pressure, and really helped them.
Well, here we go in the final 8 minutes of this game. Bob, with a 12-point lead, I'll put you in the shoes of the coaches. If you're Joppatowne, what do you got to do to get back in the game?
Well, you've got to do better defensively, and off of your defense, you want to push the basketball down the court as quickly as you can. You know, rebounding and defense has got to take you and put pressure on C. Milton Wright.
8 minutes to go with a 12-point lead for C. Milton Wright. Jackson short on the jumper. Picked up by Byes.
Well, here's the pressure from.
Taken away, but it's going to be out of bounds. Bob, I'm so impressed with the bench of C. Milton Wright that players have come off the bench and there hasn't been a drop in action.
No.
That's what you like to see if you're a coach.
No, it's been very good from
Jackson on him. Sander up and under and makes it. Sander is a player.
Yep, too strong.
Found an opening, went left, went right, put it up and in. He's got 20 now. Council comes down, almost rolled the ankle. Rebound by Ross. Great pass, can't convert. Byes gets the rebound, passes it. Ashman won't fall. Out of bounds it goes. Mustangs will retain possession. That home rim we were talking about, Bob, wasn't kind that time.
No, I thought Ashman was just going to get another 2 points easily, and
Sander had a nice little soft shot he has.
yeah, you better pay attention to him because he gets it. He's going to score on you.
He's got 22. His team up by 16 now at 50-34. Jackson gets it to Smith. Now Jackson. Smith puts up the one-hander. Short off the front of the rim. Back to Smith. Takeaway, but the foul is going to be called. That was Noah Clark. Noah thought he had all ball, Bob.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
The official said, nay contraire.
But he wasn't
left.
shooting, so it was, and that's only his first foul. So
Missed pass. Nice drive, but the foul is going to be called. That was Ross taking it to the bucket. He'll shoot two. Ross has 2 3-pointers on the night, so he's got 6 points. What did we say about that rim not being kind?
if I were to home team, I'd switch rims over the weekends.
17-point lead. Short. Council with the rebound. So what had been a 3-point lead for Joppatowne has turned into a 17-point deficit. Almost with the blink of an eye. Ooh. Cross-court pass. Driving, and it falls.
Wow.
Are they calling, yeah. See what the call is. Yeah, they say he was fouled in the act of shooting.
Yes. Well, he made the shot, so he's going. So the shot's good, and he's only going to get one shot now.
D'Artagnan Blakely. That's his 8th point of the night. Makes his 9th. First points of this 4th period for Joppatowne. Lead back to 14 at 51-37. Bob, if you're C. Milton, do you salt the big game away now? Do you try to take 30 seconds off the shot clock?
Nope.
Sander.
You play.
A nice rebound by Buys. Looking for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Smith, rebound. What a play by Buys. Knocks the ball down and recovers it. Great pass and shot. No travel is the call.
Good call. He shuffled his feet right before he. But everything from Seagull Wright's standpoint, everything up to that was done well.
Sander with a great pass. 5 minutes coming up on the 5-minute mark is left in the game. 14-point lead for the Mustangs.
You know, Don, with the shot clock, it's really hard to hold the basketball for time.
That's
because
Jackson
you still have
with
to
the
shoot it
basket.
at some point. And usually when you hold it like that, the shot's a harder shot to make.
Good point. Sander doing his thing, up and he's fouled. Foul is going to go against Jackson.
That's his 4th.
That is his 4th. So Sander will go to the line and he'll shoot 2.
Now they've cut this lead considerably, Don, from what it was.
Yeah.
And Joppatowne would love to get it under 10.
Wind falls.
Sanders would like to make both free throws and get it up to 14.
Yeah, the lead was 17 just a moment ago, and you're right, it was down to 13 at one point. It is right now.
Well, it was down to 12 till he made that.
Yep.
Now it's 14.
He's got 8 of 9 on the free throw line tonight, does Sander.
He's
Now
doing
with
it all.
24. He really is. Remember, he had those 2 fouls early.
Yep.
Council. Nice
Look
flying
up,
rebound.
look up.
Clark with the rebound. Sander to the corner, looking for 3, getting it. That's Ross. That's his 3rd 3 of the night. He's got 10. Now that lead us back up to what, 15?
17.
17. Back up to where it was before. Shooting the 3 and making it. If you
Now
let me
it's
take
back
it, I'll
to
take
14.
it.
Yeah.
Clark.
Now when you get to the 2-minute mark, Don, is when we get down to the 2-minute mark, that's when C. Milton will start to try to run the clock.
Oh, an unforced error as the ball is thrown out of bounds. So they go back to the Joppatowne Mariners.
Yeah, you can't make that a bounce pass from there. It's too long. You really just want to throw it up in the air and have him catch it.
14-point difference in the game, 56-42. Inside 4 minutes. Looking for another 3. Great rebound up and over was Ross. Almost taken away.
And that was because he made one dribble too many for that pass.
Put himself across the center line, so he was trapped.
Well, if he makes the pass a step earlier, the kid's wide open. If he makes it a step later, it's done.
Big block as Sander went to the basket, looking for 3 again. Rebound by Ashman. And tossed out of bounds. 3:27 left in the game, 56-42. 14-point lead for the Mustangs. Buys comes back in the ball game. Sitting down is Lauderdale.
Buys played well when he was in there, so smart to bring him back.
Smith. Almost thrown away. Ashman on Smith now. Short. Sander with the rebound. Head up. Council. Foul is going to be called
You don't want to
against the
foul.
Mustangs.
See, Milton does not want to foul because they get free shots with the clock stopped.
Yeah. Keep the clock running. That's what you want to do. Timeout. On the court, 2:57 left. It's a 56-42 lead for the Mustangs. Sander now with 22 points. Actually 24 points. Ross has 10. Kyle Ashman, who had those big 14 points in the first half, he's got 16.
Yeah,
Mustangs with a balanced scoring attack.
yeah, they really haven't needed him in the, they didn't really need him in the third period.
Last year, the Mustangs, Bob, as you mentioned, went all the way to the state semifinals before they lost to Largo. Obviously, they'd like to go a step further. John Stefanidis was kind of looking at that banner that they won when he was coaching here back in 2016. Said it's a bittersweet experience coming back to see Milton Wright. Great play, but recovered by Council. Stop, pop, Council. Can't get it to fall. Rebound bounced around. Buys with that rebound. It's going to be Mustang ball. John Stefanidis didn't like the call.
Yeah, if I were John, I wouldn't have liked it either, even if it was accurate.
Buys.
Oh, I love the way they cut to the basket.
Noah Clark. Back to the corner.
Oh, you can't make that pass.
Clark with the takeaway. Turnaround. Sander with the rebound.
Look across, that's it. There it is.
Open, Buys, shot, good. Great pass, great basket.
I love to see team basketball and passing just like that.
Henry Buys now with 4 points.
Now I'd like to see Joppatowne do that at the other end.
Inside 2 minutes left in the game. Council. Was it touched by Joppatowne? Yeah,
Yes,
it was.
it was.
Good job.
Unfortunately for them.
That's Jordan Ross who got his hand in the way, tipped the ball.
When you're losing by this, you
Kick ball out of bounds.
can't have turnovers. Now see Milton can milk the basketball down right here.
Up by 16.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. What was a close game all the way, where the lead shifted back and forth. Mustangs has simply taken control.
Coach Stefanidis has said, okay, let me get the guys out and get the guys who never play in and give them a minute or two, and realizing that he's really up against it. Minute 36, down 16.
So what had been a 3-game winning streak to start the season by Joppatowne looks like it will come to an end here, as the Mustangs will now go to 3-0.
When Coach Stefanidis goes back and look at this game, he'll see some things that they need to work on. He'll be able to sit down with the kids and show them the film and say, hey, look, this is what we have to get better at. And,
Ashman, that ball just will not fall. He's looking for the foul, doesn't get it. Sander with the block. Buys out front, makes it, and he's fouled.
I hope that kid's all right.
Yeah, the young man who was trying to block the shot went hard into that wall.
See where Coach Neal now is going to empty his bench.
The trainer right on the site to be able to check out the young man. Looks like he went into that wall, maybe hit his head, Bob.
Yeah, he did. Hit his nose, I think.
Young man just came into the ball game trying to, do something to help his team.
I will say this: the best thing this county ever did was bring trainers into athletic events, because It's just been fantastic.
Yeah, that's about 25, maybe 30 years now. Back when we were coaching, you didn't have the trainer.
No, you were the trainer,
Yeah.
and you had to learn. I did things down I never knew I'd do. It tape ankles, I had to learn to do that. And, you better know your CPR and everything else to, now with the certified, national certified trainers, I mean, it's just fantastic for the schools, for the students, for the athletes, for the parents.
Young man now sitting up, and we don't have his number. We're just certainly hoping that he was shaken up and that he'll be able to get up. And
looked like it's okay. It looked like his face hit the wall, the padding of the wall.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately, the padding is right on concrete.
Concrete, so right, and it hurts.
Doesn't give a lot.
Yeah.
You can see he went all out to try to block the shot. He wasn't a dirty play at all. He simply tried to block the shot. Got sort of upended. Looks like indeed it was maybe the nose area that.
That's what I thought. He went in with the face to the.
With just a minute 18 left in the game.
That was like when I fell on my face and broke my nose.
Yeah.
I could tell you it hurts.
That was recently too, yeah.
No, it's a couple years ago now.
Well, recently as in our lifetime.
Right, yeah.
And then leaving on his own power, that's Jalen Thompson. So By's now trying to complete the three-point play. He's got 6 points, 4 here in this fourth period. Tracking down the rebound. Kept in bounds. Council showing the hops. Quincy Pritchard. Rebound comes off to Nami Rizzolo. Inside a minute now left in the game. It'll be Milton Wright basketball. 60-42, an 18-point lead for the Mustangs.
Well, that's the bench is cleared now. Everybody is now played. So
a great win by the Mustangs here tonight. 2 undefeated teams. They came in and showed Bob, as you were saying, the experience.
Ten seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds to get across that midcourt line. They were not able to do it. Good defense by Joppatowne.
Good pressure.
(60-42), 43 seconds left. Big block. That by Nodi Kickhead.
I don't know why kids try to bounce the basketball through people.
You do it on the playground, Bob. It looks good when it works.
But it doesn't go through them even on the playground.
Oh, darn. 26.8 seconds left with an 18-point lead. Big night for the defending repeat County Player of the Year, Dylan Sander. Nice drive, nice one-hander. Sean Lauderdale gets his first 2 of the night. Taken away by Lauderdale. 4 seconds.
Give the basket.
3 seconds. And that's the end of our ball game. It's a 20-point win for the C. Milton Wright Mustangs, winning by 62-42.
Yep.
24 points for Dylan Sanders, leading all scorers. 16 points for Ashman. Bob, again, you talked about it again, that
Mustang on top.
The experience came to fore there at the end.
Yeah, it did. The second half, the more experienced team that played in the upper league last year and got to the state semifinals, and knowing how to win to take them into that kind of competition last year, they just pushed it and they ended up winning. So, but Joppatowne, they can hold their head up high. If they keep working and they keep listening to Coach Stefanidis, they're going to be a good team before this year is over.
62-42, the final score. 24 points for Dylan Sanders, 16 for Kyle Ashman. The only person in double figures for Joppatowne, Anthony Council. Bob McCone, thank you so much for tonight. Thanks for the insight. It is what we hoped it would be. That was an exciting game, close game for 3 periods, which kind of got out of hand there at the end of the third, into the fourth.
Yes. It's been a great night, Don.
Hope you've
Good
enjoyed
basketball.
it. Our final score here from C. Milton Wright, the homestanding Mustangs go to 3-0 on the year. They win it by 62-42. Joppatowne falls now to 3-1. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned all year long for the Harford Sports on Harford TV. I'm Don Morrison. My partner Bob McCone. Good night, everyone.
Good night.